My name is Andy, and this is the True Conservative. I have a long history with our government and what the American experience is from my perspective. I have been complaining about both parties of our government for decades, and in the early 1990s, I published an underground newspaper that covered various subjects, many of which many of you will not have heard of or know little about. Iran-Contra, the savings and loan scandal of the late 1980s and early 1990s, the assassination of JFK, the drug war, the energy debate, the cessation of taxes and regulations on corporations and millionaires by both parties starting in the late 70s and early 80s, and the consolidation of the economic principle that capital might makes right. True for both parties. I have been considered a liberal for certain viewpoints that I have, but I disagree with that. I think I am a true conservative, at least in most things. Now, the Republican Party for decades preached about being a conservative party, and they said certain things which, went along with that. But they have forsaken every single tenet of what they used to preach. So I say it's time for us to look at that word, conservative, and explore what it actually means, in my opinion. Consider this. I really try not to lie, especially in this format. When I say something, it will be the truth, and if I get it wrong, I will say that and admit to my mistakes. That seems pretty conservative to me, and it seems like the type of value that anyone would have. I keep my word. If I say I'm going to do something, I try my hardest to do it. This applies to the things that I tell the people I come in personal contact with and in contracts that I enter into. If I say I am going to do something, I try my hardest to do it. I think most people would agree with that, and I think conservatives would agree that that is a conservative trait. Now, this one is related to the one above, but I keep my oaths. When I swear to something, it means something. When I swear to uphold my obligation as a juror, or a public official, or a notary, or a politician, it means something. It means something to me. It is the same as a marriage oath. If you plan on cheating immediately, what difference does it make when you take the oath? If you are true to the oaths that you swear to, that seems like a conservative trait, right? I treat people according to how they act, not whether they go to the same church or live in the same town or like the same football team or a lot of other variables. I value people who treat other people as important, no matter their station in life. No matter their religion, whether they are left-handed or right-handed, what their sexuality is. These things don't matter to me. What people say and do matters, the way they treat other people, whether they live up to their word, whether they work hard at their job. That's what matters. That's a conservative trait. Now, Trump and Vance play to conservatives, but they are not conservative. They lie. Bald-faced lies. they have called Zelensky, Trump has called Zelensky twice in the last couple of weeks a dictator. They implied that Zelensky's was responsible for the war. Russia invaded Ukraine. We had a deal with Ukraine. From 1994, we had a deal with Ukraine. They gave up their nuclear weapons, of which they had a lot, and us, the UK, and Russia made a deal with them. Us and the UK agreed to security arrangements where we would stand up for Ukraine, and Russia agreed not to try to take them over. Well, Russia broke their word, and now Trump has made us break our word, because it hasn't happened yet, but from what happened in the Oval Office the other day, the aid to Ukraine is going to come to an abrupt end here in the near future. I may be wrong about this. I hope I am wrong about this, but I don't see being wrong. Everybody in the Republican Party now is blaming Ukraine and Zelensky for Russia's actions, which is ironic since Trump is a, person who's been adjudicated in a civil court of sexual assault. And Putin's basically doing the same thing to the country of Ukraine. Trump doesn't care about the people that voted for him unless they make over $1 million a year. He's not conservative. His values aren't conservative. They are out for themselves. And I'm here to lend one more voice to the fact that these people can't be trusted and they have to have a light shone upon them. Hopefully my perspective will help people think about things. Have a good night, folks.